What if I told you that the technology to power your entire home for free has existed for over 100 years? That a cure for cancer was demonstrated in clinical trials with a 100% success rate? That cars running on water were built and tested? These technologies existed. Some were demonstrated publicly, some were patented, some were witnessed by military officials and government scientists. And then they disappeared. Not because they didn't work, but because they worked too well. Today, we're diving into 15 technologies that were deliberately buried to keep you dependent on oil, pharmaceuticals, and centralized power systems. And by the end of this video, you'll realize that the world we live in isn't the world we could have. It's the world someone decided we're allowed to have. And the last technology threatens an industry worth $100 trillion. That's why you've never heard of it. Let's descend into the technologies they buried. Technology number 1. Tesla-free energy. The wireless power grid. In 1899, Nikola Tesla developed a wireless power transmission system that could provide unlimited free electricity to the entire world. His Wardenclyffe Tower project successfully demonstrated the technology, powering electrical devices across Long Island without any wires or fuel sources. J.P. Morgan, who had financed the project, immediately withdrew funding when he realized free energy would destroy the profit model of the electrical power industry. He reportedly told Tesla, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" The tower was demolished. All evidence was destroyed. Federal agents seized all of Tesla's research materials immediately after his death in 1943, classifying his free energy patents under national security orders that remain in effect today. The technology that could have freed humanity from energy dependence was erased to protect the interests of industries built on artificial scarcity. Technology number 2. Rife cancer cure files. Cancer cure machine. In the 1930s, Dr. Royal Raymond Rife invented a microscope so powerful it could observe living viruses in real time and discovered that specific electromagnetic frequencies could destroy cancer cells without harming healthy tissue. Clinical trials conducted in 1934 showed remarkable results. 16 terminal cancer patients were treated with Rife's frequency therapy. Within 70 days, all 16 were completely cured. A 100% success rate for terminal cancer. The American Medical Association immediately launched a campaign to discredit Rife's work. In 1939, agents broke into his laboratory and destroyed his research materials. The suppression was economic. Cancer treatment had become a billion-dollar industry. Rife's simple, inexpensive cure threatened to eliminate the entire cancer treatment industry overnight. The technology that could have saved millions of lives was erased to protect pharmaceutical profits. Technology number 3. Brown's files. Anti-gravity device. In 1928, physicist Thomas Townsend Brown stumbled onto a glitch in reality. Electrically charged objects that literally shoved gravity aside. By 1952, Brown was showing off to the Pentagon. He had disc-shaped tech screaming around a track at hundreds of miles per hour, powered by nothing but raw electricity and a middle finger to the laws of physics. The military moved in immediately. By 1955, Brown had perfected flight. No engines, no fuel, just pure, silent speed. Then the shutter slammed shut. In 1956, the government slapped a national security sticker on everything. They seized his patents. They ghosted his labs. If you can control gravity, you control the planet. The ultimate military cheat code was too powerful to let the public touch. Brown died in 1985, a man forbidden from mentioning his own genius to a single soul. His breakthrough is still buried in black sites, likely powering invisible aircraft that the official narrative claims don't even exist. Technology number 4. Schauberger implosion engine. The vortex power files. In the 1940s, Austrian inventor Victor Schauberger flipped the script on energy. Instead of engines that explode, he built ones that implode, creating vortex power that generated endless energy while actually cleaning the air and water around it. His engine was a freak of nature. It pumped out massive horsepower with almost zero fuel and zero toxic exhaust. It wasn't just a motor, it was a miracle. After World War II, American intelligence moved in. They snatched Schauberger, seized every scrap of his research, and interrogated him until they had the secrets to his vortex tech. Then, they cut him loose with a "don't ever do this again" warning. By 1958, the corporate vultures finished the job. American businessmen forced him to sign away every single patent, legally gagging him from ever touching his own invention again. Schauberger died just months later, a broken man crushed by the very system he tried to power. His tech didn't disappear, it was just redacted from reality, locked away in corporate vaults where the public can't find it. Technology number 5, Reich Orgone energy accumulator technology. In the 1940s, psychiatrist Wilhelm Reich built a device that tapped into a universal life force he called orgone. This wasn't just sci-fi. It was a machine that could allegedly kill diseases and even control the weather. The results were terrifyingly effective. Patients using these accumulators saw massive improvements in everything from chronic fatigue to cancer. Even weirder, the machines generated measurable heat with zero power source. It was free, healing energy. The FDA didn't like that. In 1956, federal agents raided Reich's lab like a hit squad. They didn't just seize his work, they burned it. Books, papers, and the machines themselves were turned to ash. By 1957, Reich was behind bars for refusing to stop his research. He died in a federal prison cell just 8 months later. The motive is obvious. Reich's tech was a dual threat to the billion-dollar medical and energy industries. They didn't just want his research, they wanted him erased. Stay with me, because what's coming next gets even darker. We're about to uncover a car that ran on water, a battery that lasted forever, and a light bulb that never burned out. The pattern of suppression never changes. Technology number 6, Stanley Meyer files, water-powered car. In the 1980s, an Ohio inventor named Stanley Meyer claimed he'd cracked the ultimate code, a car that runs on water. He developed a fuel cell that split water into hydrogen and oxygen using almost zero energy. This wasn't just a theory. Meyer drove a water-powered dune buggy in front of journalists and TV cameras. He had the patents, he had the proof. He was a walking nightmare for the oil industry. The big players tried to buy him off first. Arab investors offered him $1 billion just to bury the tech and walk away. Meyer said no. In 1998, it all ended in a parking lot. After a sip of cranberry juice at a restaurant, Meyer collapsed. His final words to his brother? "They poisoned me." The moment he was gone, his lab was hit. Every prototype, every blueprint, and every scrap of research was confiscated and redacted from history. The patents were buried deep. A technology that could have ended the oil age was simply erased before it could change the world. Technology number 7, Centennial light bulb. The bulb that never burns out. In 1901, a hand-blown light bulb was screwed into a socket at a fire station in Livermore, California. It is still burning today, over 120 years later. No flickering, no burning out, just constant light. It's a Guinness World Record holder with its own 24/7 webcam, so you can watch it defy modern physics in real time. So, why does your $10 bulb die after a few months? Because in 1924, the biggest names in the game, Philips, Osram, and GE, formed a secret cartel called Phoebus. Their mission? Intentionally sabotage light bulbs so they die after exactly 1,000 hours. They wanted to force you to keep opening your wallet. This isn't a theory, it's a documented crime called planned obsolescence. The technology for a bulb that lasts a lifetime has existed for over a century. They just won't sell it to you because a product that never breaks is a nightmare for their bottom line. Technology number 8. Suppressed electric car. The EV1, the electric car General Motors destroyed. In 1996, General Motors produced the EV1, the world's first mass-produced electric vehicle. It was fast, efficient, and beloved by its drivers. GM never sold the cars, they only leased them. And in 2003, they recalled every single one. Drivers begged to keep their cars. They offered to buy them outright. GM refused. Every EV1 was crushed, destroyed, eliminated. Why? Because electric cars don't need oil changes, transmission fluid, or most of the maintenance that generates billions in revenue for the automotive industry. A documentary called Who Killed the Electric Car investigated the suppression. Evidence pointed to pressure from oil companies and the automotive industry's own financial interests in keeping consumers dependent on gasoline. The technology existed. It worked. They destroyed it anyway. Technology number 9. Hemp plastic. Ford car. The Henry Ford hemp files. In 1941, Henry Ford unveiled a car that was basically a middle finger to the steel industry. Its body was made entirely from hemp plastic, a material 10 times tougher than steel, way lighter, and completely biodegradable. This beast ran on hemp fuel too. No oil, no toxic exhaust, and it was cheaper to build than any metal car on the road. To prove it, Ford literally whacked the car with an axe on camera. It didn't even dent, but the trap was already set. In 1937, the US government had already made growing hemp a crime, effectively killing Ford's fuel source before he could even start. Why? Because the oil, steel, and timber industries couldn't compete with a plant you could grow in your backyard. They lobbied until the official narrative made hemp illegal. A car that was stronger than steel and ran on renewable fuel was buried because it was too good for the planet and too bad for the billionaires' bank accounts. Technology number 10. Suppressed solar paint. The Sun Believable Files. In 2014, researchers at the University of Notre Dame cracked the code for solar paint. It wasn't a panel, it was a liquid. You could brush it onto any surface, your roof, your car, even your phone case, and it would instantly start turning sunlight into free electricity. They called it Sun Believable. It used tiny, light-sensitive dots suspended in a simple paste. Suddenly, every wall on Earth was a potential power plant. No expensive hardware, no heavy glass, just a bucket of paint and a brush. The research was proven, the tech worked. Then, the money vanished. Funding was quietly pulled, and the project hit a brick wall. Why? Because the major energy giants already owned the patents for the old, expensive solar panels. Independent teams who tried to bring this paint to your local hardware store were buried in lawsuits, denied permits, and blocked at every turn. A technology that could have given everyone on the planet free, infinite power is currently gathering dust in a lab. It wasn't a failure, it was a hit job. Stay with me, because we're about to uncover a gravity battery that powered homes for free, a pharmaceutical cure that was shelved for profit, and a communication technology that would have made the internet free for everyone. The suppression gets darker. Technology number 11, gravity battery. Free energy from gravity. In 2021, a Scottish startup called Gravitricity proved you don't need high-tech chemicals to store power. All you need is a heavy weight and a deep hole. They used abandoned mine shafts to drop massive weights, generating electricity as they fell and storing it as they were pulled back up. It's simple, it's cheap, and it uses thousands of old mines already dug into the earth. The best part? No lithium, no cobalt, no toxic mining for rare minerals. Unlike your phone battery, which dies after a few years, a gravity battery lasts forever. It never wears out. It never leaks. It just works. The tech is a documented success. So why isn't it everywhere? Because the giants of the energy world have already sunk trillions of dollars into lithium batteries. They own the mines, the factories, and the supply chains. Even though this gravity tech is cleaner and cheaper, investors are ghosting it. They aren't looking for the best solution. They're protecting the expensive one they already own. Technology number 12, pharmaceutical suppression. The immune therapy that was buried. GCMAF is a naturally occurring human protein that activates the immune system's macrophages, the cells that destroy cancer, viruses, and bacteria. Between 2008 and 2015, over 50 independent researchers published studies showing GCMAF successfully treated cancer, HIV, autism, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Then, something extraordinary happened. 14 researchers studying GCMAF died under mysterious circumstances within a single year. Heart attacks, suicides, unexplained accidents. The FDA raided the primary GCMAF manufacturer in 2015 and destroyed $7.9 million worth of product. GCMAF is a naturally occurring human protein. You cannot patent nature, which means no pharmaceutical company can profit from it, which is exactly why it disappeared. Technology number 13, Nikola Tesla earthquake machine. Tesla's resonance oscillator. In 1898, Nikola Tesla attached a small mechanical oscillator to a steel pillar in his Manhattan laboratory and nearly brought down an entire city block. The device weighed less than 2 pounds. It generated resonance frequencies that matched the natural frequency of the building's structure. Within minutes, the building was shaking violently. Neighboring buildings began shaking. The street outside cracked. Tesla reportedly smashed the device with a hammer to stop it. He later claimed a larger version could split the Earth in two. The US military immediately expressed interest. Tesla refused to weaponize the technology. After Tesla's death, all research into mechanical resonance oscillators was classified under national security orders. A 2-pound device that could destroy buildings was too dangerous for public knowledge. It remains classified today. Technology number 14, free internet for everyone. Nikola Tesla's world wireless system. Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower wasn't just designed to transmit free electricity, it was designed to transmit free information, a global wireless communication system that would have made the internet free for everyone on Earth. Tesla's system would have transmitted text, images, and voice communications wirelessly to any receiver on the planet at no cost. JP Morgan shut it down in 1901 when he realized free global communication would eliminate the telegraph industry he controlled. The tower was demolished in 1917. 100 years later, Elon Musk launched Starlink, a satellite internet system that charges monthly subscription fees. The technology for free global communication existed in 1901. We're still paying monthly fees for internet access in 2026. Tesla's vision of free information for all humanity was buried to protect telegraph profits. Technology number 15, cold fusion, the energy source that was laughed out of science. And here's number 15, the one that will make you question everything. In 1989, chemists Martin Fleischmann and Stanley Pons announced they had achieved nuclear fusion at room temperature, cold fusion, using simple laboratory equipment. The implications were staggering. Unlimited clean energy from seawater, no radiation, no waste, no fuel costs. The scientific establishment immediately attacked them. Their results were called fraudulent. Their careers were destroyed. But here's what they don't tell you. Over 3,000 peer-reviewed papers on cold fusion have been published since 1989. Researchers at MIT, NASA, and the US Navy have all reported positive results. The US Navy's laboratory confirmed cold fusion reactions in 2009. The Department of Energy has reviewed cold fusion twice and refused to fund research both times. Cold fusion works. The evidence is overwhelming. It just threatens a $100 trillion fossil fuel industry, so it gets laughed at every time. Stay with me, because the pattern we've uncovered isn't just about suppressed technology. It's about who controls what you're allowed to know. And the question is, what are they burying right now? 15 technologies, 15 suppressions. 15 times the world we could have had was taken from us. Every single technology on this list was suppressed for the same reason. Not because it didn't work, but because it worked too well. Because free energy means no utility bills. Cancer cures mean no chemotherapy profits. Anti-gravity means no jet fuel. Eternal light bulbs mean no replacement sales. Every suppressed technology threatens an industry worth trillions, and every industry worth trillions has the resources to bury any technology that threatens it. So here's the question that should keep you up at night. If these are the technologies we know about, the ones that leaked out, the ones that were demonstrated publicly before being suppressed, what are the technologies we don't know about? What's sitting in classified laboratories right now? What patents are buried under national security orders? What researchers are being silenced today? As the world we're living in isn't the world we could have, it's just the world they decided we're allowed to have. If this video made you question the world you've been given, hit that subscribe button, because this channel dives deep into the suppressed, the classified, and the deliberately buried, the technologies, the histories, and the truths they don't want you to know. Drop a comment and tell me, which technology shocked you the most? And what do you think they're suppressing right now that we'll only find out about in 50 years? Share this video, because the only way suppressed knowledge survives is if enough people talk about it. Next video, we're uncovering ancient warnings we ignored, historical figures who were darker than their legends, and mysteries that still have no explanation. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe, comment, share, and remember, the most dangerous thing in the world isn't a suppressed technology. It's a population that stopped asking questions. See you in the shadows.